The T. Higgins and Jamar Chase deals are finally done, and we can all now take a deep breath. We can all now take a deep breath. I'm Evan Stacey, welcome to Around the Jungle. And yeah, finally, the Jamar Chase and T. Higgins deals are done with. They had been rumored to be done for a while, a couple of days now, but the official report came in a couple minutes ago as I'm recording this. And the numbers are: Jamar Chase got 4 years, $161 million, with 112 guaranteed, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. And T. Higgins got 4 years, $115 million, with the first 2 years guaranteed, making him the highest paid wide receiver 2 in NFL history. So obviously, it's a lot of money. Let me do the quick math on a per year basis. So Jamar is about 40.2, so a little bit over 40 mil, which was expected because during the combine, Duke Tobin said he was going to become the highest paid non-quarterback, and because of the Myles Garrett contract, which happened a couple days ago, he got a 40 million. So that means that the Bengals had to up that, bringing it up to 40.25. Obviously, this is worth it for Jamar Chase. Won the Triple Crown last year, is the best receiver in the NFL. This was a no-brainer. I know it's a lot of money, but you had to do this, and I was not shocked. I expected this to happen. So this is about the range I thought it was going to be around, making him the highest paid player, non-quarterback in NFL history. And yeah, completely well-deserved. Like I said, Triple Crown winner, connection with Joe, best receiver in the NFL, all that, well-deserved. Now, T got about 28.75, so a little bit under 30 mil, which honestly I thought it was going to be a little bit higher. I thought it was going to be in like the low to mid 30s. But 28, 29 basically. I think it's a solid deal. T. Higgins, when he was healthy this year, had his best season. He had 10 touchdowns. And Joe had really been voicing this since the beginning. Back early in the middle of the season, he said, we need T. T's a priority. We have to get this deal done. You can't let guys like that walk out the door. And I fully agree. T is a great player when healthy, and is a great compliment to Jamar. And is coming off one of his best seasons as a Bengal. So good for him to get that contract in. Really got to give credit to Joe Burrow, because Burrow, throughout this process, he voiced his demands, I guess, for the team to re-sign Jamar and T pretty early on. And during the Super Bowl, he went on that whole press tour. And he voiced that, hey, we need to get these guys done. And they finally did it. It took them a long time, too long. I mean, it cost them a lot of money. So now they're paying Joe, Jamar, and T are now 44% of the Bengals' salary cap space. So that's obviously a lot. I think that's probably like a record. But yeah, that's what happens when you wait a while to sign these guys. When you don't sign Jamar Chase last year, when you don't get T. Higgins done last year, the price ticket goes up. And when Jamar has a Triple Crown historic season and T has hit one of his best seasons, that price tag continues to skyrocket, and that's where we are. And this is what you had to do to keep Joe happy and continue to try to win. Now gears shift to trying to get Trey Hendrickson back. We'll see if these moves really made how that impacted that discussion. But overall thoughts on these moves. Needed to get done, got them done. I'm happy they're done. Now we can kind of not worry about it. Should have gotten done so much earlier. Should have gotten done last year, honestly. And heck, should have gotten done before the free agency period started. That way, you could have just had all your chips in the basket and figure out what you want to do for free agency, which really they've done nothing. But I got them done now, and we can finally breathe easy and rest easy that Jamar and T are still on the team. But it will be interesting to see really how the cap situation flows. I mean, like I just said, 44% of the cap allocated to three players is a lot. And so I'm interested to see how they're going to build this team. Obviously, the draft's going to be important as always. But knowing the Bengals' history, they don't draft too well. But they're going to have to if they want to get back into contention, because I don't know if there's going to be a lot of cap flexibility from here on out. Joe may have to restructure his contract eventually, which he said he's open to at the right time. Obviously, he won't. Even if it's not going to do it this year, it doesn't make any sense. But next year, the year after, potentially could be a move. So I am interested to see kind of how the cap works after this, because 44% to three of your players, and if we add Trey in there, that'll probably be over 50% of your player. 50% of your cap is allocated to four players, which is pretty nuts. I'm not saying that any of those players are not worth it. They 100% are worth it. I believe if the Bengals want to win now, all those players have to stay. Joe, Jamar, T, Trey, all those guys have to stay. And yeah, you can debate, well, how are they going to pay for a defense, all this stuff. That's why you have to draft well. That's why you have to draft well, because drafting well gives you cheap contracts, and you can get guys who play well and can be starters for you on cheap contracts. So I think now this really puts the pressure on the Bengals draft, because they have to nail it this year. And it's a perfect draft too. I mean, there's a lot of really good defensive players in this draft. It's a super deep draft, so they're going to be able to get a great player at 17, and hopefully be able to build this roster out and kind of finish it. Kind of build this roster out to hopefully get back into Super Bowl contention. But this is a move that needed to be done. I'm not surprised. I'm happy that it's done, but we knew this was going to happen. It doesn't really change anything. It just kind of, we can finally just take a deep breath and just kind of, I guess, now focus on free agency. Still need a guard. So I know Tevin Jenkins is probably not going to be there. He's heading to Seattle tomorrow. Odds are he'll probably won't leave the building. So that'll shift our interests over to probably like guys like Brandon Scherf and guys along those lines, kind of veteran guys but they need a guard desperately. So hopefully now they can start working on Trey's deal, because Trey has openly said, hey, I want to come back to the Bengals. And teams have said the Bengals price is too high for them. So hopefully now they can work on that, because Trey is a vital piece of this team and needs to be brought back if they want to truly compete. And hopefully you can start looking at that guard market, getting a guard or two in there. But big move. The Bengals finally did something in free agency. Free agency period has been so dead for them. They've just done absolutely nothing. And I think it's because they've been working on these deals and trying to figure out what the right price tag is. And I know Joe's happy, at least for now, re-signing his guys that he's vouched for is big, and that's something you need to do to keep your franchise quarterback happy, and that's what they did. Big contracts nonetheless, I mean, but that's just how it is. That's the price you pay when you wait too long to get these deals done. If the Bengals were proactive in their contract negotiations, like good teams are, then you could have gotten them on a cheaper price tag. But due to them kind of kicking the can and, waiting as long as they did, this is where we're at now, where we got three players allocating 44% of our cap space. And from here on out, the cap situation will look a little iffy. I'm very interested to see kind of how that plays out, like I mentioned a little bit earlier. But yeah, it's just what happens when you wait too long to get these deals done. But I'm happy they got done. We don't have to worry about them now. Now we can worry about Trey, and we can hit the guard market strong. Hopefully we can get a good guard from whoever's left. Obviously, a lot of the guards have signed, but there's still a lot of pretty solid, at least capable starters still out in the market. And then we got to hit the draft. The draft is going to be, I think this is going to be a huge draft for them. They really need to hit this one because now that you have that cap situation, um, you have to hit the draft in order to bring in guys with lower contracts that are cheaper and can provide right away. Like Joe said, we need guys who can win right now and provide immediately. That's what they need to do. So, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are still Bengals. Joe's happy for the moment. Lots of money, yes, but it was worth it. I agree. I mean, the deals. There's nothing crazy about the deals. I mean, there wasn't any like, oh, he got more than I expected or whatever. Like they were both around what I expected. But that's what happens when the Bengals kick the can down the road. These guys get more expensive every day. But they got it done. We don't have to worry about it anymore. We can take a deep breath, Bengals fans, and hopefully now we can really start being a little bit more active in free agency because of really haven't done anything. And hopefully winning out the draft and then um, hopefully compete for a Super Bowl next year. But we'll see. Um, yeah, the trio is back officially. We don't have to worry. T and Jamar signed regular deals. Joe's happy. I'm happy. And now we can take a deep breath and finally dive into the offseason a week after the offseason started. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know, what do you guys think of the contracts? Were they overpaid? Were they what you guys expected? And what do you think this means for the Bengals moving forward? Do you think that it's going to be a problem having these guys allocating so much percentage to cap? Um, and are they going to be able to, fill out this team? We'll see. But let me know what you guys think about the deal overall, and what are you guys' reactions? How do you view it? And yeah, when more news breaks out, we'll be here covering it for you guys. It's just me today. Zach is away on vacation, so wasn't able to tune in. But you know, I know he's liking it, and I know he would say the same thing I'm saying. I guess I know he's been pretty adamant on this show and to me personally that the Bengals kind of screwed the pooch waiting too long. But sigh of relief that they got the deals done. I know he's happy. I'm happy. Let's grab it up for me. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more Bengals content because, always putting it out, especially when big news happens. We're going to get you guys covered. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.